We could do something similar with horizontal jumps. How could you do that? Okay, so let's do it here with a small box for the beginning, maybe this one. One is going to try, the other one, I don't know if this moves, so only for safety. What we do with the Brazilians is the first one pushing with both legs, then one contact here and landing at the same pit, okay? Oh, that's good. But okay, that's the idea, that's the idea. You are high on the box, so do not jump upwards. Jump only forwards, okay? Good, good, good. One thing he can improve, the leg action is too, during the flight, is too extended. Do like this. It's easier. Yeah, yeah. Like the triple jumpers. Okay, not bad, not bad. He didn't push with both feet.
I didn't push with both feet.
You were here and then you did this.
Oh, okay.
Push with both, okay? Good, good. What can he do better? The landing was on the toes. It should be, because now this is horizontal. If it is horizontal, it's not on the toes. It's like a rolling action, like you tried over there, okay? It was good. He pushed it with a single leg. It wasn't a double leg push, but it was better than the first one. Of course, you do this with the left leg, with the right leg, and sometimes, oh no, before that. How can you be sure that this height is good and not this height and not that height? How can you be sure? Contact time, yes, but from a practical point of view, what can you do during our training sessions or a testing session to determine from which height they should be doing this exercise? How far they go? Easy, easy. A tape. So you can try to raise the height of the boxes, and you measure the jump, but most importantly, we measure the distance of the last jump, not the total distance. Okay, it's okay to measure the total distance, but the second jump is what really matters. Just like the drop jump, you measure the rebound height. In here, you measure the rebound length, okay? And then you have the optimal height for this exercise to each athlete. If you're going to compare horizontally, we use 20 centimeters. But each one of them will find a more comfortable height to be this kind of jump. Most of my jumpers use 40 centimeters, but I have some using 60 centimeters to do this exercise. Okay? And just for variation, we can put the box a little bit backwards. For them a lot backwards. They are jumpers. No secrets? It's okay. We are going to use the optimal height that you found at this test. Okay? But now we are doing triple jump.
Double. That confuses me. There he is.
Oh, okay. But okay, another nice progression, okay? From the vertical box drills, very easy, box close to each other, till the standing triple jump, but plyometric. It's not everything at the same session. Remember, 50 contacts per session, okay? But another thing you can use are those ankle jumps, very small hurdles, and then you jump. Of course, there is some action at the knee, but with straight knees, using more the ankle. Take a look at the foot action. Stop. Yeah, okay. Vertical, let's put this one. It's safer. Nice. Very good. What I can see is that then it's easier to do the contacts flat-footed. It's for vertical, it's better than landing on the heel, but it would be still better if you land at this part of the foot. Not flat foot, but here. Yeah. It's not on the toes, but it's not flat-footed. It's in the middle. And from here, try to react as quick as possible. Okay? At the early season, I use 6 hurdles. The distance, it's more or less this one, like 3 feet. We start on the grass with low hurdles. And those are the normal vertical jumps. 2 legs, top, top, top. Okay, but I would keep saying to him to land more on the ball of the feet, so the contact time, even if it's early in the season, on the grass, we try to keep it shorter, okay? As the season moves on, we keep the distance and increase the height. Three from here, 3. Or a little bit more. But that is 3 feet. But now you can bend your knee, of course. Okay, good. Did you see anything to improve here? No, it was good, but there was too much flexion of the knee in the middle. That was good. And then, as the season moves on, we increase a little bit the distance between the hurdles and increase the height. Just a little bit, the distance, but more the height. I have athletes doing this with, not with hurdles, but with elastic bands with 1 meter 30. It's high, okay? You jump the first one with, you can choose, for example, the left leg, 1 step between the hurdles and the right, and keep going. So you need some moment, some movement here first. Like. Okay, that's the level 2. That's more difficult. It is, I'm doing here. It's like this. Can you try again? Tap. Okay, nice. He'll see that if he approaches the first hurdle a little bit faster, just a little bit faster, it's gonna be a lot easier. That's the idea, okay? If he gets the right rhythm, it's gonna be so easy. He just keep moving for 10 hurdles. At the beginning of the season, I use from 6 to 8 hurdles to do this one, and then I reduce to 4 hurdles. How can you make it more difficult? I do not increase too much the height of the hurdles, but I increase a little bit the distance between them. So the horizontal speed gets more and more important. They have to run at the beginning, otherwise they are unable to do only 1 step between the hurdles. Okay? So we move it from vertical to horizontal using hurdles. Usually say, this is a vertical jump. But if you increase the distance between them, it becomes horizontal jumps. You probably saw already that the contact, the action of the foot, it was a horizontal jumps action. It was like a rolling action. It was not on the ball of the foot. Okay? It was a rolling action. So for us, horizontal jumpers, this exercise is useful. Okay? It's not so general. It's getting more and more special. There are plenty of possibilities when we talk about plyometric training. There are zillions of exercises that you can use thinking about improve the reactive capabilities of the athletes. I showed a few of them. my idea was to show some very easy, everybody could do it, over there, bare feet, vertical, horizontal, double leg, single leg, very easy. The kids can do it. And some others that are not so easy. Some kids can do it, or some kids can do some of them, okay? So we have to think about how we progress with plyometric training. More vertically during the season. Those guys, maybe him, they can do everything. Throughout the season, we are incorporating more exercise, more difficult, more intense exercise. Or throughout the career of the athlete, year after year, you can incorporate some of those exercises. Okay, so the progression is more vertical or more horizontal, but it's basically the same. The progression is basically the same. Saladino had, for many years, had issues with his patellar tendon, yes. What was harder for him to do, usually it happens with most of the athletes who had patellar tendinopathy, double leg vertical jumps. We think that vertical jumps is easier than horizontal jumps, but double leg vertical jumps puts a lot of stress right here. So many of these exercises we didn't do with him. We did do some less intense vertical jumps or horizontal jumps. Laza, by the other hand, he's one of the best vertical jumpers I have ever seen. He's the one who jumps with hurdles at 130. Very, very reactive and very high. So it depends on the characteristics of each athlete, how they feel, so this is more the coach's eye. You have a lot of possibilities, and you try to find the right exercise to each athlete. Yeah, this is not easy because our training program, everybody's training program, there is so many things that you have to put together that we're never sure what's leading to a given result. Because we are doing so much things that why is he improving? Because this or because of that or despite of this or that? We never know for sure. But I have a tale for you. Everybody knows Ivan Pedroso. Yeah, everybody knows. Very successful long jumper and now a very successful coach. Yeah, and very powerful. 870 something, 90 meters fall, so very powerful. Cuban, so you can imagine that at those tests of jumping, he was a monster, right? Every Cuban is a monster. Jumping without approach run, jumping from standing, long jump, triple jump, 5 bounds, huge. Ivan Pedroso could barely jump at the standing long jump, 3 meters. 3 meters, 300. 290 something was normal. 3 meters, wow, PB. I used to jump far more than 3 meters. So each athlete has his own characteristics. And there is no single exercise that will explain what's happening at the competition. We have to find what suits better to each one. So I'm sure that Pedroso at that time, training with those other guys, he would feel like this, doing standing long jump. So why to do it? Let's do something else that you can perform well with his training partners and keep his confidence level high. So we have to try to make each one of them successful every training session. Of course, sometimes things doesn't go the way we want or they want. They have to learn to cope with that, but more successful than unsuccessful experiences during training. Because no problem, he can't do it with the right landing. He's always landing like this. What's going to happen later? We are not sure. So just try to change the exercise, the movement, so he's successful. You have to find something to say, hey, very good today, very good session. Even if it's not, something was good. Something, it's not possible. Something was good. So we have to find what was good. I like to work on the strong aspects of the athletes, not on the weak ones. Okay? If Saladino had a tremendous takeoff action, what did he train most? The takeoff action. He trained most in what he was already good. And of course we try to improve some other things, but we explore the strong aspects of each athlete. That's the general idea.